Jets. What is going on, Jet fans? Welcome back to another episode of The Jets Ward. I am your host, Ryan Ward, and I'm so excited to be back with you guys. I got a fun one in this episode for you guys. But first, if you have been here before, welcome. I always love having you guys here. If you are new here, welcome. Whether you are a Jets fan or a fan of another team, you are always welcome in the Jets Ward. Love having any new member to the community. Everyone is always welcome here, whether you're a big-time NFL fan or just a casual fan as well, willing to learn the game. I'm always happy to help you and welcome you into this wonderful community that we got. Now, getting into that, before we get into the video today, just wanted to say, guys, I love how this channel is growing, but a lot of people, about 80% to 90% of people who watch my channel are not subscribed. Please just hit that little subscribe button. It really, really helps me out, and it shows me that you guys are enjoying the videos just as much as I have making them for you guys. I love this. You guys make this so much fun to come back to every time and just talk about my Jets and talk about NFL teams. Honestly, it is so much fun to be here with you guys. I really, really mean that. Hey, hit that little subscribe button. Comment down below. I always love hearing from you guys as well. Now, getting into it, as you guys know, the NFL draft has concluded. It is over, and we are on to the next phase. Right after the draft, we saw so many undrafted free agents, players that we had no idea were going to make it that far. Some players like Holland Pierce, guard from Rutgers. That guy was a monster. He was somebody that I really wanted to target. Jets didn't get him. Jared Ivey, somebody who I was pounding the table for, really, really hoping that the Jets would go after. Jets didn't get him. Seattle got lucky and got him. There were so many players. Ja'Cory Brooks, I don't even know if he signed anywhere yet. Wide receiver from Louisville. If so, I would hope the Jets would go after him. He seems like a really big target that I think could help out this Jets team, who I thought was going to go in the 7th round. Shiloh Sanders made it to undrafted free agency, and he ended up going to the Bucks, which was a great spot for him. I think he's going to do great there. But leading into it, the Jets have made a ton of undrafted free agent signings, and I want to get into all of them up to date. And as this time goes, there might be more that come into it, but I'm going to go over the ones that I have seen so far, the updated list. If I miss anybody, please comment down below. But getting into it, the first undrafted free agent signing that the Jets have made was wide receiver Quinton Skinner from Kansas. He is 6'5", 195 pounds. This guy is a contested ball catcher. Big receiver. Not the quickest, and that's why he became an undrafted free agent. He's not the fastest receiver. Does not have that quick burst. But, man, he's got long arms. He is big. He can block. He can go up for the contested ball. He is a possession-type receiver, and I think he's got a really good chance of making this roster and maybe bumping out other receivers like a Allen Lazard, or even puts Josh Reynolds on reminder too, because all of these guys are going to have a chance to compete. And even these undrafted free agents, the Jets target you because they want to bring you in and compete. And Quinton Skinner is the type of receiver I think the Jets are going to like. Like I said, he can block, and one of the biggest things we want from our receivers is to be able to block. And this kid can do it. Very big receiver, not the quickest, not the fastest, doesn't have breakaway speed, but he can go up and get that ball, could become a very big red zone threat, and I'm really happy that the Jets were able to bring him in. He was the first Jets undrafted free agent signing, and I think this was a solid move for him. Leading into the next one, we get Donovan Edwards, running back from Michigan. He's 5'11", 205 pounds. I'm shocked he honestly went undrafted. I saw him as one of the top 6 running backs in this draft, and he's really good. Honestly, he has a great chance of making this roster too, and I don't know who he'd bump off. Could he bump off Isaiah Davis if the Jets aren't that big of a fan of his? Does Breece Hall get traded? Could we trade him for a receiver, maybe to the Packers for Romeo Doubs or Christian Watson, or to the Vikings for Jordan Addison? I don't think so. I love Breece Hall and hope they don't trade him. But it's interesting that the Jets targeted this guy, and he was one of the earlier signings too, because this guy's got a lot of talent. He is quick, he's fast, but he's also got a ton of power. He can block, as well coming out of the backfield, and good hands. He can be a nice insurance option for Justin Fields coming out of that backfield. And he's just an overall really good leader in the locker room, great player, and somebody I think the Jets could definitely bring in, especially for special teams options and just depth at that receiving or the running back core. If the Jets were to try to sign him back as a practice squad player, he'd get picked up in a heartbeat, in my opinion. I think he'd be gone. Now, I'm really happy the Jets got him, and let's see where this goes. Again, Donovan Edwards from Michigan, power back, speed back. He is somebody who can do it all, and welcome to the Jets. Now getting into another big name that a lot of people were really happy about, and somebody who got a good amount of money from the Jets. Dean Clark, safety from Fresno State. He is 6 foot, 206 pounds. He is a downfield thumper. He's got some good ball skills, got some good speed, but he's known for his tackling, his hitting, and leadership on the field. And I think he's a good signing, honestly, as that strong safety type. I think he could come in and be some solid depth and maybe bump some people like an Adams off the roster. All right, we need safety depth, and honestly, this kid could be a stud on this team and be a solid pickup. I'm interested to see how it goes. I don't know why he dropped. A lot of people thought he could have been a 6th-round pick, 7th-round pick, but he ended up falling to undrafted free agency. And honestly, I think it's a solid pickup for the Jets, and they really, really like him because they gave him, I think, some of the most money out of all of these undrafted free agents. That's Dean Clark. But in all honesty, the next guy is my favorite undrafted free agent, and that is Jordan Clark, safety from Notre Dame. He's 5'10", 182 pounds. The Jets drafted Mason Taylor. He is the son of Jason Taylor, who played for the Jets years and years ago for a couple seasons. The last time he was one of the last players to play for a playoff team for the Jets. Jordan Clark is Ryan Clark's son. Ryan Clark was an undrafted free agent too, ended up having a monster career. Started out with the Redskins, made a name for himself in Pittsburgh, and basically had a really, really solid career, fringe Hall of Fame. Jordan Clark is his son, has the same work ethic. If you watch that Notre Dame defense, Jordan Clark was on every single play. He is not afraid to tackle. He's physical. He can play in the slot as well. He is a good coverage player, but leaves a lot of pop. The reason I think he came down here was he does miss a good amount of tackles. So that's something he is going to need to work on. But in all honesty, he's going to bring a lot of competition and a lot of fire to that defense and a lot of aggressiveness. And he's my favorite signing, and I really, really hope he makes this team because I think he could be a steal as an undrafted free agent. And then as an undrafted free agent, you don't normally say steal or anything like that. But Leonard Williams III, or Leonard Taylor, sorry guys, Leonard Taylor III is considered a steal. He came as an undrafted free agent last year and is looked at probably being our number 2 defensive tackle right now next to Quinton Williams. I expect the same from Jordan Clark, and I expect him to play a big role on special teams and then maybe a little further down the road as a starter at safety on this defense. I just really have high faith in this kid. He comes from a great football family. Ryan Clark, his dad, who was a safety, and now he's working with AG and Steve Wilkes, who were both defensive backs in this league. I think this kid's going to learn a lot, and I think he's going to make a name for himself on this team and find a home with the New York Jets. I really, really hope so anyway. And that leads into our next one, and this is the Jets did not attack defensive tackle in the NFL draft, and that was a big issue with a lot of Jets fans and still bothered a lot of Jets fans even today. But we attacked defensive tackle in the undrafted free agency market. And our first one was Furma Moa, defensive tackle from West Virginia. He's 6'3", 308 pounds. He's a big, big guy. He is not going to give you much in the pass rush. He is going to be more of a run stuffer. And the issue with him is he plays with a very high pad level. He stands straight up a lot of the time and has a lot of upper body strength, but tends to be knocked out of his zone because of his high pad strength. And if you get a good lineman that has a good technique that can get up under your pads, he's going to move you out of the way. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Furma Moa needs to stay low and use that power to take up 2 blocks, to open it up for Quinton Williams or Leonard Taylor or any of our other defensive tackles that we will have in there. And he has a chance to compete for a rotational piece on this defensive tackle line. And we have a lot of good players on it. So I like the signing, but I don't think he ends up making the team. I think he ends up going to the practice squad and later getting picked up by another team, maybe like the Dallas Cowboys. But in all honesty, I really, really hope he works out. He could be a solid player for the New York Jets in the end. Going on to the next one. This was one that I was shocked about, but I really, really like. This is Brady Cook, quarterback from Missouri. He's 6'2", 214 pounds. Membu gets his quarterback that he played with in the past year. And I think that's really good. Armand Membu could talk to the Jets and tell them what the strengths of this kid was. This kid is not afraid to get out of the pocket and run. He had a lot of rushing touchdowns this past year. He can be inaccurate in the pocket, and he can tend to get happy feet, which is a big issue. But the kid's got a decent arm, not the best arm, but he's got a good arm when he sets his feet. He needs to set his feet. He can roll out of the pocket and throw on the run, but he's not afraid to take off as well. And he can get you a good amount of yards. Decent size for quarterback, decent arm. Could push Jordan Travis off the roster because I don't think Jordan Travis is going to make it. And honestly, this could be a good pipeline quarterback. Could be end up being a solid backup quarterback to Justin Fields in the future because I don't think Tyrod Taylor is going to be here much longer. I think this might be his last year coming up. And I don't think Jordan Travis is going to be here very long either. So Brady Cook could be somebody who you Jets fans could get used to looking at as a backup quarterback for years to come and do spot starts. He was a captain on the team. So the Jets went after a lot of players who were captains. And you're taking an undrafted free agent swing on quarterback. And I don't think you could do any better than this. I wanted DJ UDFA, who from the Gamecocks or from Florida State. He ended up going to the Rams, who I also predicted going there. I thought that would have been that was a good fit for him, but he's the guy I wanted for the Jets. But I really like Brady Cook and think that he could be a solid player for the New York Jets as well. And like I said, pipeline quarterback who ends up becoming a long-time backup to Justin Fields if Justin Fields works out. Okay? Now, getting into the next signing, this was one that fans really, really liked, and a lot of NFL analysts really liked as well. This is Jammarcus Weston. He is an edge / linebacker from Florida. He is 6'3", 234 pounds. This guy's really freakishly athletic. He is fast for his side. I think he played gunner at times on special teams, but he made his name known on special teams. And I think he has a fantastic shot of making the New York Jets roster as a special teams player. And AG said there are 3 facets to a football game that you need to be successful in to win games. Offense, defense, special teams. If this guy can come in and be a terror on the special teams department and tend to bump out other edge rushers that fall lower on the depth chart, I would take a chance on this guy. He could turn into a solid rotational piece as well because he's got solid pass rush ability. Not great when it comes to run stuffing, but pass rush ability on third down rolls. He could be a stud. He could be a steal. I'm trying not to say stud as much because I know I say that a ton in my videos. So I'm trying to differentiate it up a little bit for you guys. But this guy could be something. Start out as special teams and find his way on rotational players on the defensive line, like somebody like a Bryce Huff did early on in his career when he was a Jets undrafted free agent. I think Jammarcus Weston could do the same thing, and I really, really like this one. And a lot of fans or a lot of teams were after this guy too. So I'm really happy that he ended up with the New York Jets. And going into the next one, this is a player that reminds me so much of Greg Dortch, which was a Jets favorite receiver. He's playing with the Cardinals now, and he's actually making a really good career for himself. This is Jamal Pritchette, wide receiver from South Alabama. He is small. He is 5'8", 166 pounds. Honestly, the kid gets open. He's fast, shifty. You could do a lot. Can put him in the slot, and he can do a lot for you. Does not drop the ball a lot, and he's just fast, and he's tough as heck. For his size, he's hard to bring down. He's got a lot of muscle on him and a lot of grit and toughness, which I think the Jets fans are going to love. And he can be a kick returner, punt returner type of player. I know we got Nwanu, who is solid for us as well. But this guy could be your backup to him if Eguanu got hurt. Sorry about that, guys. My dog was just doing what he wants to do. Anyway, Jamal Pritchette is somebody I think that's going to make the team on special teams. I think could be a solid player. Just the type of player that I think AG and Tanner Engstrand are going to love. And Chris Banjo as well on special teams. And somebody I am excited for. Think Greg Dortch and the career that he is making. I think it's really, really solid at this point. Leading into another one, the Jets have made a ton of signings so far. Continuing with linebacker, we got Aaron Smith, linebacker from South Carolina State. He is 6 foot, 226 pounds. On the lighter side, not the best coverage linebacker, but he is good at coming downhill. Does miss a lot of tackles, does not have the greatest instincts when it comes to play recognition. But when he gets his hands on you, he can shed blockers really well and get to the ball carrier. Just needs to keep his head up when he's tackling because he does tend to try to do arm tackles and use his strengths because he is really strong. But he is a solid run shedder and run defender. Not great in coverage, but I really think the Jets could use him as a depth piece, maybe to kick off some of the lower end linebackers that we have, pushing Chaz Surratt, competing with him, competing with a lot of different linebackers that we have on this team, and somebody that I really, really, really like as well, and somebody to give a chance to the Jets. Continuing on, we got Jared Bartlett, linebacker from Cincinnati, 6'1", 237 pounds. Again, on the smaller side, but again, somebody who can cover and somebody who's not afraid to hit. So that's what we're going with on this defense and what it's looking like. Aggressive. Learn how to tackle. Be there. Be in your spots. Not the fastest guy, but he can get there and really, really pummel somebody. Somebody I'm really excited. Jared Bartlett, I don't know if he makes the team, probably a practice squad player, but I'm really excited what the Jets can do with him at the linebacker position. Then we finally get into some interior offensive line help. The Jets didn't really do that in this draft, which I thought was another big need. Seth McLaughlin ended up being a player that made it to undrafted free agency, and he was somebody that I really wanted. But I'm happy with Gus Hartwick. He's an interior offensive line player, meaning he mainly played center at Purdue. He was their center and a solid center as well, but he can also play guard. So having that ability to play center when you need it or guard when you need it can really turn him into a great pipeline type of offensive lineman for this Jets team for versatility. And as we know, one of the biggest knocks on the Jets in past years, we created a good starting team, but had no depth. So if a kid like this, he's 6'5", 312 pounds, can come in and be a solid pipeline lineman who can be a solid backup and give you spot starts when needed, I really like this signing. And the problem with him and why he came undrafted, he's a solid blocker when he gets his hands on you, but tends to struggle when it comes to speed rushers. He needs to work on his footwork and mentality to get to those speed rushers, and he's not the strongest as well. He is a scheme fit type of player. The perfect scheme that to put him in, he's a scheme fit type of player. If he's not in the right scheme, he's not going to play well. If he's in the right scheme, you could get something out of him. I'm really hoping the Jets can get everything out of this kid. And again, he might be somebody, a pipeline player, fringe make the team. I think he's a practice squad player, but somebody who I'm very, very interested to see what he can do. Continuing with the offensive line, we went to Germany to find this guy. We got Leander Vigen. He's an interior offensive lineman. He played in Germany as well. Bigger guy, 6'5", 260 pounds. He played guard, so he can play both guards position. Strong kid, very strong kid. Needs to work on his footwork. He's not the best pass blocker. He struggles when it comes to pass protection. Decent run blocker, but overall, not the best. There's a lot of things that he needs to work on. But man, when he gets his hands on you, he will run you over. He is a physical guy. Somebody I think this offensive line would love to have. And again, just another pipeline type of player. If he can develop, I think he could be solid backup for years to come. And that's something I want this Jets team to do. Get pipeline players who can come in and give you spot starts when needed, but will be solid backups that you can trust if a player were to get hurt. So more interior line depth, which I really, really love. Which leads into another one. We got a running back, a local prospect, Daimir Miller, wide receiver from Rutgers. He's 5'11", 181 pounds, fast. He is a speedy receiver, somebody you can see as special teams, kick returner, punt returner, gunner, can make a name for himself on special teams. He's going to have to bust his butt to make this roster. I know this receiving core that the Jets have doesn't seem the best, but there's a lot of competition, and that's what I love about AG and what he's doing with this, getting players to compete, no matter if you're a 10-year vet, 15-year vet, first-year vet, a rookie, undrafted free agent. You are coming to compete, and if you show out and do what you're supposed to do, I believe that you will get your shot on this team. I don't think it's going to be like the other regime that we had with Robert Saleh, where he had his favorites. And if you weren't one of his favorites, or if you were in the doghouse, you'd never play. Or what he did to Elijah Moore, where he'd put him on the field and just have him run screens, or not even screens, have him run in motion and never get the ball, basically getting endurance practice. Daimir Miller could be a weapon and could be somebody to watch, a sneaky player to watch, making this team as a special teamer. All right. So somebody to watch. And getting into the next one of my favorites, and somebody I think could be the starting kicker of the Jets this year, Kaden Davis, kicker from Ole Miss. He's 6'1", 208 pounds, has the size of a strong kicker and a leg to prove it. He's kicked 57-yarders, 58-yarders with ease in college. Somebody who's so strong and somebody who can be the kicker for the future, the long-term kicker for the Jets, somebody who can get Greg the leg off this roster, somebody who can be a boom kicker, can make every kick, and balances it out with height and power. So with Kaden Davis, the problem, reason why he went undrafted is a lot of people don't draft kickers. Honestly, it's not a big position that people are targeting all the time. And if they do, it's normally in the 6th round or 7th round. They normally go undrafted and they end up becoming really, really good players for teams that they fit with. I think Kaden Davis can fit with the Jets. Biggest issue with him is he tends to pull the ball, and he's missed a good amount of game-winning kicks because he's just yanked it. All right. If he can get that under control, he could be an amazing kicker in this league, a solid kicker. All right. And the kicker was a position of need that the Jets had, a sneaky one. So I think this kid could come in and be the kicker for years for the Jets and be a piece on the special teams. He can kick the ball off. He can make field goals. He can do extra points. He can do everything when it comes to the kicking position. So I really think that this guy makes the team, and he is the starting kicker day one and for the future for the New York Jets. Book it now. Jets Ward is saying this, and I hope you guys agree with it. If you don't, let me know down in the comments. I love this player and think he could be really, really good for the New York Jets. And the last guy that I saw recently, that the Jets have signed, is somebody who I think is sneaky good and can make this team as well. Payton Paige, defensive tackle from Clemson. He's 6'3", 290 pounds. Will not give you much in the pass rush. He is a run stuffer. That is the biggest thing that he is, and it's something that the Jets desperately needed. He's going to come in and compete, and I think he brings a lot of physicality and tenacity to the defensive line, and somebody who I think could be a stud for the New York Jets. Use that word again, but I honestly feel like he could be, and somebody who I think has a great chance of making this team. So players I think have a great chance of making this team. Payton Paige, Kaden Davis, Pritchette, I think could, the wide receiver. A lot of kids that the Jets signed, I think, have a great chance, or being pipeline players down the line, practice squad players that can get their chance. Honestly, if I were to rank how the Jets did in undrafted free agent signing, similar to the draft, I really like it. There are positions that I wish they went after. I really think the Jets missed the boat on Jared Ivey. They should have drafted him. I'm going to hit the table again for it. They should have signed him. Chris Paul Jr., they could have gotten in the draft as well. It makes me annoyed that they didn't go with these players. I know they have their players, their list of guys, but it's shocking that Jared Ivey made it to undrafted free agency and ended up going with Seattle. Seattle got a steal with him. But overall, I would give the Jets a B+ with their undrafted free agency rookies. I love a lot of them. And I think a lot of them can come in and compete day one. Some might come in and start. Kaden Davis, I think, is the Jets starter day one at kicker. Payton Paige could be a solid rotational defensive tackle. And there's a lot of guys who I think make a name for themselves on special teams. But again, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. Is there any player that's still out there that you think the Jets should target? Are there any free agents that you think the Jets should target? Honestly, I'm really sad. Isaiah Simmons, who I've been wanting so long as linebacker, unfortunately signed with the Green Bay Packers. So good for them. They got a great one in free agency. Elijah Moore is going to meet with the Bills. So that could be a scary one because the kid gets open all the time and he's still young. Amari Cooper, there's interest in Dallas wanting to reunite with him. Keenan Allen, there's rumors about him wanting to reunite with the Chargers. There's a lot of players still out there, guys. There's rumors that the Jets might want to reunite with Foley Fatukasi, which I would love. I've been yelling for that one as well. I really would love to have him back. Put him next to Quinton. That defensive line could be good again. Solid run defender. And there's options for trade out there as well for receiver. I know Romeo Dobbs' names keeps popping up, which could be a very, very interesting one. Could be a good, solid number 2. Jordan Addison's name keeps popping up in trade rumors as well. Jamison Williams could possibly be on the move. These are all players that I think the Jets are going to look to trade with. But undrafted free agents, let me know if you think I missed any. And again, I think these guys are going to be really, really good. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And again, thank you so much for joining me in the Jets Ward. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.